did lose the ball, but look, you can still get out in transition. Look, there's one pass from, and then two passes. You can still get it in transition. I think this is a very good change from Greg Berhalter.
Yeah, and I would say one of the things I'm looking at, you talked about the press for the United States, and when they do it, Bees, they have to be a bit better. Here they get the numbers forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in and around the ball, all in blue for the United States. This is against Germany early in this first game. But look at 2 passes, and with just a little bit of a shift positionally, they can keep them in there. But when they break the press, it happens. But then you got to recover, because look at the midfield for the United States. Too slow in the recovery. Then you don't have any line of confrontation, no one tackling. Literally, the United States does not get a glove on a German player, and this bounces off the post. That's early in the game. Contrast that with the Ghana game. You see Reina here starting it, right? Balogun again pressing. Reina goes. Everyone's moving higher. Weah's moving higher. The midfield shifts with them. Even Dest is getting higher. And this is a better press for the United States. And when they do it well, and that trigger of the back pass is set, Weah's in a position to get there, and then Balogun with the beautiful finish. And that is the difference when you can press well positionally.
And the pressing, Julie, is probably going to be counter-pressing, because the U.S. today, they might be facing a back 5 at times, back 4 times. These wide positions, we spoke with Greg, and we got a chance to hear how he wants to play, and it's going to be about getting maybe a more narrow formation and getting in wide positions, and the runs in behind. Try to split center backs. Try to get them to leave that back line. And obviously they have no Christian Pulisic who can pull off things individually. It's going to be about setting up these same formations, but doing it in different ways. Maybe it's the fullbacks that get forward these wide roles, but players need to take the ball and try to create something. Try to create moments and unbalance of this defense, because it's going to be a team that's going to make it difficult to break through.
Well, you're looking at Pulisic and Weah right there. They do not have them tonight. Here's your AT&T 5G starting 11. Who do they have, Julie?
Yeah, and you're going to see, because of those wingers missing, the U.S. going in more like a 4-2-2-2 formation, getting forward offensively, and then defensively they're going to pump into a 4-3-3. But that back four, only the second time they've started together. The other time they started together was against Iran in the World Cup. That midfield double pivot we've seen with Tyler Adams still out with an injury, McKinney and Musa in that double pivot. And this is where it's going to change, which is going to be interesting to watch. Tillman is going to pop into that pocket in the middle and really try and play make next to Reina in that 4-2-2-2. And then up high, you're going to have Paredes and Balogun leading the line, trying to give them some depth. You're going to see Tillman, when they go defensively, pop into that front line more in the 4-3-3. But this is going to be interesting, because they're going to play a much narrower formation without Pulisic and Weah, as you mentioned, Sarah.
We want to welcome in another member of our team who's going to be pitch side tonight. Melissa Ortiz caught up with Greg Berhalter just a short while ago.
Greg, with the absence of Christian Pulisic and Timothy Weah, how can players like Malik Tillman and Kevin Paredes be impactful for the offensive line today?
You know, it's like every camp. It's another opportunity for guys to step up. And Kevin's been doing well with his club. Malik's been doing really well. And now it's an opportunity to see them here tonight in Austin.
And a team like Trinidad and Tobago that might sit low and go on the counter, how can the U.S. break through that defensive line and get a result tonight?
It's being disciplined, not losing our shape, but still wanting to hurt them and turn them and have them face their own goal. We're going to have to be precise, and we want to get the ball in the penalty box pretty quickly.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, so interesting, too. We have to remember 2 legs. And so, yeah, the strategy of this game, obviously we want to rack the goals up. Goals are going to have a lot to do with their placing if they make it through into the next round. So, yeah, this is a good chance. As Julie said, no Weah, no Pulisic. You know, Greg Berhalter's got to change things up tactically, and we'll see if he's got the right formation and they're ready and they're educated on what the game plan is today.
Well, Kyle mentioned it. Tonight kicks off the first of a home-and-home against Trinidad and Tobago in this Nation League quarterfinals. The U.S. hoping for a repeat of earlier this year. You're watching the AT&T pregame show. We're back right after this.
I guess there's no more questions about who the big dogs are in this region.
Forward to Balogun! Pulisic! Buries it in the upper 90! And he's denied! Horvath with the save of his life! The United States, Nations League champions once again!
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for two. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out, made with titanium.
We do have free movies. With the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
Season tournament continues on TNT. Eastern elites collide when the Sixers clash with the Cavs. Showtime! Then the Jazz play opposite the Lakers. Vintage LeBron. The NBA in-season tournament. Coverage begins Tuesday at 7 on TNT.
You're giving me a good feeling.
Hi, Ken.
Let the games begin.
I get a good feeling.
This is what you dream about.
You're getting underneath my skin. You're giving me a good feeling.
You tell the stories that matter most.
Can I get a witness? You dream about playing for your country on the biggest stage.
Make you believe it. Straight in from where?
That is a nice goal.
Throws it low. Emily Fox with her first goal for her country.
Oh my goodness.
It's Alex Morgan.
Have some faith, I'll make you a believer.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. 14 players on this roster were part of the team that won the Nations League title earlier this year. You are watching the AT&T 5G pregame show. We're taking you right up until kickoff tonight. And if you know Greg Berhalter, he's very thoughtful. He's very detailed. He's very specific when he talks to his players, and not only talking about the future, but this week he was talking to them as well and trying to motivate them about past, Kyle Martino.
It was cool. I mean, that was a new thing. We were all sitting there, and he was telling us about this team being just a data point, being a piece of a long thread of U.S. soccer history, but also U.S. history. And I thought that was fascinating. And let's get a look at, this guy was a huge part of that history with his goal against Trinidad Tobago.
Yeah, and the fact that he honors that is a really neat thing, because Caligiuri came in and he said, I was asked to talk about what this team was built on, what it was about, our history, our culture, and the fact that they want to then add chapters to that. So understanding, who got you here in a player like Paul Caligiuri. And literally these players said, I'm so grateful because, we're here because of these guys, understanding that and then actually making that now their mission is to build onto that.
Yeah, I mean, it was great seeing Paul yesterday, or a couple of days ago. I mean, he showed some, he shared some great stories. He had a laugh with Kyle and me. And for me, I think you got to listen to your OGs in the game. I think it's important. They drop a lot of knowledge. I hope that the players in that room listened, took in what he said, understood the message, what he was trying to give, and what he's trying to say about the history, the heritage about U.S. soccer, because I think it's important. I mean, I remember my conversations I had with Desmond Armstrong maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and just speaking to him about his journey, his story, being the first American to play in Brazil professionally. I think just things like that, I think, for me, is important for these kids, these guys to learn and understand where does U.S. soccer comes from.
And he talked about embracing the past while looking forward to the future. Our Melissa Ortiz is standing by with a member of that future when it comes to the U.S. men's team. Melissa with Kevin Paredes. Melissa.
Kevin, you broke into the starting lineup at Wolfsburg the last 3 Bundesliga matches. What was key in gaining that starting spot and something that can translate into tonight's match?
Yeah, this past couple of years, it's all been hard work. I showed it many times in training to impress coach, and I'm just glad I'm getting the opportunity now to start for my team and start for this beautiful country today.
You just said it, your first start for this U.S. men's national team side. How do you see yourself contributing to tonight's match, but also making it one of the most memorable for your career going forward?
Yeah, this is going to be a special night for me. I'm going to go out and give my all for the country, for my team, for the staff and everyone tonight. Hopefully I can play my game, be creative, and be a threat tonight.
Thank you, Kevin. Mucha suerte.
He looks excited.
Yeah, and it's great that they're getting a chance. I mean, this is the challenge, of course, of not having a Pulisic and Weah who have brought so much offensively to this team, so much leadership. But it's also an opportunity for these young guys to say, okay, here's my opportunity with the Kevin Paredes. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to show what I can do. And it's going to be interesting against a Trinidad and Tobago low block that's going to be hard to break down at times.
Yeah, it's going to be defending a lot.
Yeah. They're going to be in that low block. Yeah. So he's going to have to be creative, and this is going to be a chance for him to show what he can do.
And he is. I love him. Because I know you're a big fan of his. He's playing really good with his club team, and this is the moments you need. And let's be honest, this team gives up a lot of goals when you're a young player. It's nice to get in a moment where you can try to score.
Greg Berhalter told us that part of tonight's test, when you're trying out these new attacking players, what kind of consistency can they bring? Can they maintain for this team? He said, what's the continuity going to look like? We're going to find out when we kick off in a few. You are watching the AT&T 5G pregame show.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
Do you work here?
Nope. I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble. Nana.
She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit.
What?
Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played. Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
There are days when the world is going crazy. You just think we've lost our way. Sports will take you away. The beauty of sports is the agony and just unparalleled joy that it brings every night. It's good for your soul. That's sports. And now you can do it on Max, the one to watch.
Didn't hear that.
The TBS original Wipeout, all new Tuesdays at 9 on TBS and anytime on the app.
Oh, Bobby Flay, you're going down today.
'Tis the season for Beat Bobby Flay Holiday Throwdown.
In the spirit of the holidays, I've invited all of my closest Food Network friends.
Happy holidays!
Watch as they try to take me down.
Let's go play!
All I want for Christmas is to beat my friends.
All new Beat Bobby Flay Holiday Throwdown, Tuesday night at 9 on Food Network and stream on Max.
It is time to discover Trinidad and Tobago, the southernmost island country in the Caribbean, roughly 2,700 miles from where we are in Austin tonight. It's situated about 7 miles off the coast of Venezuela, the population just over 1 million, with the port of Spain being the capital. The country exports oil and natural gas, and here's a random fact, everyone. The limbo originated in Trinidad. We know Melissa Ortiz would be good at that if you've seen her dance moves on TikTok, by the way. Hazley Crawford won the country's first Olympic gold medal, claiming the 100 meters of the 76 Olympics. The U.S. men are actually going to play at the aptly named Hazley Crawford Stadium Monday in Trinidad. Dwight York starred for several Premier League teams, including Manchester United. where he won the treble. But how about some super bass? Because Nicki Minaj was born in the Port of Spain, where both her parents were gospel singers before moving to the United States at the age of 5. The Soca Warriors are ranked 99th in the world. They made their only World Cup appearance in 2006. In 2000, they made it to the Gold Cup semis. Here's what they're going to look like tonight. Your AT&T 5G starting 11. DeMarcus, take us through it.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago finished second in Group A with the last game losing 5-3 to Curacao. It looks like a 4-3-3, but most likely it'll turn into a 4-5-1 when the game starts. Denzel Smith starts in goal. Earning his 78th cap tonight, Captain Aubrey David will command the back line. In the midfield, Andre Rampersad will sit in the front of the back line. He plays his club football in Canada for Halifax Wanderers. And up top, number 19, Malcolm Shaw. He's earning his sixth cap tonight, and he has 1 international goal.
And before we turn this over, let's get some final thoughts here, Julie, on what you're looking for tonight.
Goals. Goals. Two-legged series, right? And obviously, if they can set themselves up for success in this game, that second game is less important. So this is going to be big tonight.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's what I said earlier, the mentality. The mentality of this game, how they approach these first 10, 15 minutes of this match is important because, like Julie said, there is 2 legs. And if they can make it easier going down to Trinidad and have a bit of a cushion, I think it'll be more of a positive result, and they can have more confidence going in Trinidad and winning that game.
I think for me, I love what Greg had told us yesterday. That's about game management. In a game like this, it's about moving the ball quickly, drawing the opponents out of position, and really using the attacking players. I want to see goals, like you said, but out of Fullerene Balogun and Kevin Paredes. I just interviewed him. And one of the things, incredibly what he said it's an honor to represent this country, and I'm so excited because it's his first start. So I think these players are so amped up to get a result tonight, but also it's so meaning, this competitive game. Guys, this is to classify for Copa America and to get into the semifinals of this Nations League. So there has big meaning behind this match.
With no Pulisic, with no Weah, DeMarcus, who is the American veteran that really needs to step up in their absence?
I mean, you look at Weston McKennie. I think just because of his presence and what he brings to this team, his leadership, I mean, he's getting better game after game after game. And I think the way he's playing at Juventus, the way he comes into this national team and puts the team on his shoulders at times, he attacks, he defends, he gets in the box, he sprays the ball from left to right. I mean, right now he's becoming an all-around player, and he's very good. And he's a player that I think will step up tonight, and I think he'll put the team on his shoulders and make sure they get another 3 points.
Yeah, and then of course you have Tim Reams in behind him, who is the veteran of the group. But I actually want to see another youngster, Malik Tillman, who's been playing really well with PSV. 5 goals, 2 assists, 3rd on the team over there. And he's going to be operating in that pocket with Reyna. And this system that's going to run a little bit narrower for them in that 4-2-2-2-2 is going to be fun to see, because this is a change, right? And what's going to happen when you don't have Weah and you don't have Pulisic on that outside wing that can beat players on the dribble with their pace? They're going to have to combine. They're going to have to show some of that creativity to get through.
Yeah.
In regards to the creativity, this U.S. team, this starting 11, has Anthony Robinson on the left and Serginho Dest on the right. 2 incredible outside backs that love to get forward. And if you put that alongside someone like Gio as a playmaker in the middle to feed them balls and get those overlapping runs, get those crosses, that's what I want to see at the outside backs tonight. And that's a little bit what we saw in their last game against Ghana.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Serginho Dest. I want to see his highlight video after this match.
Yeah.
That's what he does after every game. He makes a highlight video. I want to see his highlight videos, beating 1, 2, 3 players, scoring goals, assists. That's what I like to see. He plays with a smile. He plays with no fear, and he's definitely a positive player for this national team.
We've got people that can edit that together for you. We can get it for our post-game show.
People.
We will be back here at the half, but I'm about to turn it over to 2 guys who sound a lot better than I do tonight. Kyle Martino and Luke Mileman are going to be on the call when the United States comes back to kick things off against Trinidad and Tobago. We're back at the half. Enjoy the match, everyone.
U.S. Soccer pregame show is brought to you by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Say when.
As easy as loving Parmesan.
Say when. Say when. Say when. When.
Fresh ground pepper? Oh, yes, please.
With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
Oh, can we get a box?
Thomas, did nobody tell you? You're fired. It's natural that you go through the stages of grief. This is not happening.
Denial.
If you change your mind.
No, we only got one option.
American Samoa.
Are you joking? I deserve some respect.
Anger.
You are smoking through these.
Get the ball in the net.
What the? I'll do it.
Next goal wins. Rated PG-13.
JP Morgan Wealth Management knows it's easy to get lost in investment research. Get help with JP Morgan Personal Advisors.
Hey, David, ready to get started?
Work with advisors who create a plan with you and help you find the right investments.
So great getting to know you. Let's take a look at your new investment plan.
Okay, great.
This should have you moving in the right direction.
Thanks, Jen.
Get ongoing advice and manage your investments in the Chase mobile app.
Yeah. Sounds. Are you not entertained?
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Playing against Florida, it's going to be a good battle. A new rivalry for us after playoffs last year.
Panthers eliminate the Boston Bruins.
Dallas is a really physical team. Playing Vegas, obviously the defending champs.
Bruins, Panthers, Golden Knights, Stars. Wednesday at 6:30 on TNT.
And Matt finds out that gravity's a real thing.
Yep, gravity is real.
The TBS original Wipeout, all new Tuesdays at 9 on TBS and anytime on the app.
It's real. Yes, Santa, there really is a place for all this holiday magic. We have giant Christmas cakes, and there's even more with shows galore. Thanks to Food Network. What should we watch first?
US Soccer on TNT is presented by Volkswagen. Tonight here at Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas, the United States beginning their quest for a third straight CONCACAF Nations League title, and also, over the course of these two legs, Kyle, securing a place in next summer's Copa America. It is the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal. It's Trinidad and Tobago, the opponents here in Austin. They have to go to Port of Spain on Monday. They don't want any doubt heading there, do they, Kyle, that this tie is over?
They don't want to have to get anything done in Trinidad and Tobago. We saw the last time that happened for the U.S. team. And listen, this is a huge moment, and this is not hyperbole. If you're failing to qualify for Copa America, in my opinion, is worse than when they failed to qualify for the World Cup for two reasons. It's here in the U.S., and it is the best dress rehearsal you can ask for to set yourself up for a team that's ready for the 2026 World Cup. And so the business has to get done today. They need to go with a large goal advantage, and they need some players, as the guys we're talking about, to step up in the absence of the key players that are gone.
Greg Berhalter said when you're missing world-class players like Ware and like Pulisic, then there is always going to be a little bit of a drop-off. So you have to maybe look at playing in a different way, which is why, as we looked at the lineup in the pregame show, he's tucking inside Tillman a little bit and Rayner and trying to push those fullbacks forward tonight.
Yeah, a little tweak, and I like that tactical tweak. And a few names got mentioned. Weston McKennie, who I agree with, he's going to be huge. But Gio Reyna's the one. Melissa was talking about it. Gio Reyna, this is the game that you have to see his great qualities. He's got to be surgical. He's got to control the tempo, speed it up, slow it down. And I'm even okay when he vacates that middle at times and finds his positions in wide areas. This is the type of game you need a player like Gio, who's back with his club team, back playing well, feeling good. He's got the blonde hair. He's played great with the U.S. lately. He needs to have a big game for the U.S. to break down a team that we know is struggling defensively, but is going to sit back and make things very frustrating for the attacking line.
Well, since that loss in World Cup qualifying in 2017, the U.S. winning their last 3 in a row against Trinidad and Tobago, including in the Gold Cup earlier this summer.
For the playing of the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago. And now, fans, please remain standing and welcome singer-songwriter Bruna Christina to perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recollect the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It is CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal action from Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas, and kickoff is next. The United States against Trinidad and Tobago.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not one based on Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Or Sarah. Not today, anyway. And you don't want a rate based on Ben. He's got some important business to take care of. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? With Allstate, you're connected to a rate based on you.
No.
Pop. It is soda.
Pop.
Nathan's.
Ooh, Nathan's.
Nathan's famous. Get along famously.
Cherish every 2 minutes of the NFL, not just the ones you're warned about on FanDuel.
So like relax, I'm spilling these rats as long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You'll never say that I'm not.
Available now. Buy the Vault Edition and get access to exclusive content.
PlayStation.
Got a price to pay. California on my license plate. Last year they ain't even put me on some. Put me on some. Put me on some.
The United States already winning the CONCACAF Nations League twice. Some dramatic moments in this tournament in recent years. Folarin Balogun scored his first goal for the United States in the final of the Nations League against Canada earlier this year. He's had a little bit of a drop-off for Monaco the last few games, came on as a substitute at the weekend, but this is the sort of challenge he'll relish tonight.
Yeah, sometimes being away and scoring for your national team is one of the things that helps you break back into your club team. So I know they'll be watching in France and for the bench. And Greg Berhalter, you talked about Pepe, who's another player who wants to get in with his club team that's been doing well and has earned a reason to be back in here. But they need their nines to score, so they have no work to do down in Trinidad.
Balogun with 3 goals in 6 caps so far. Gio Reyna with a brace against Ghana in Nashville. The last time we saw the US men's national team together in October. And this Nations League quarterfinal tie is underway in Austin, Texas. The aggregate winner over the 2 games will advance to the semi-final, which will take place in March, also in Texas at AT&T Stadium. And the 4 CONCACAF Nations League semi-finals will qualify for Copa America, which takes place right here at home in the US next year. Expect to see the two fullbacks play very high on either side for the United States tonight. McKennie's ball to the right. Musa finds Serginho Dest, his 31st appearance for his country. Cameron Carter-Vickers alongside Ream at the back tonight. The first time that those two have started together since the win against Iran at the World Cup. It's this same back four in that 1-0 victory in Qatar last year.
But early on, we see a back line of 5 here from Trinidad and Tobago.
Robinson's ball into the middle for Paredes. And Anthony Robinson, who returns to the squad after missing the last window with a little injury. Dest flicks it in, it's a chance for Balogun early. The captain, Aubrey David, was the one in there making the challenge. And now Anthony Robinson has it once again. Out to the right side it goes for Serginho Dest, up against Raymond, the left back. Musa. Down the line for Dest. Having a wonderful time with this club at the moment. Reyna's ball into the middle. It goes all the way to the left side for the US for Paredes. And Paredes, the Wolfsburg youngster, trying to get towards the byline. It's just drifted out of play, but it's done so for a corner for the United States. Paredes' first US start on his 3rd cap. Greg Berhalter giving Paredes the opportunity tonight, his first cap in official competition. With that win in Nashville in the last window, Greg Berhalter getting to 40 wins. Reyna's ball swung in towards the back post. Garcia able to get it away. You said a back 5. Do you mean 5 or 10?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. You know, Bees was all over that. Right when he saw the team come out, he looked at me and said, yeah, this is a back 5. 2 right backs out there, and a lot of defenders out there. You can see right now, you don't see the right wing back, but they're staying very compact, very flat. That's why this inverted players of Bredes and Tillman are going to be so effective. They're occupying that 3rd center back. These late runs from the fullback, as we saw with that one chance with Dest, are going to be crucial with trying to get in behind those wide spaces.
5 out-and-out defenders and 3 holding midfielders in the lineup. Can the US find a way through? Could be an exercise in patience tonight. Dest down the right side, up against Raymond. Angus Eve is the head coach, the most capped player of all time for Trinidad and Tobago. There was some talk after a disappointing Gold Cup that he might be replaced as the head coach. Reports of dissatisfaction amongst players. But he remains in charge as Rampersad gets the ball across to the left side, and Phillips played forward by Andre Raymond. Cameron Carter-Vickers underneath it. Greg Berhalter saying that really the decision at the back with Cameron Carter-Vickers instead of Chris Richards tonight, Kyle, is about playing time at club level, and he feels that because Richards has seen so little of the pitch at Crystal Palace, his form has dropped off a little bit. Wonderful ball forward into the path of Tillman, and it's over the top. It's a difficult time for Chris Richards right now at club level.
Yeah, it is, and we know Roy Hodgson, right? He doesn't change things often, and it's just this is why Tim Ream is still on the side. Just picture perfect pass. Not the best first touch, but wonderful layoff there from Dest. And those are the moments. You got to play quick in those wide positions, and this is the type of game where it's nice to have a center back that's so comfortable on the ball. And what an incredible career that Tim Ream's still in this side, still one of the first choices, and obviously the honor of wearing the armband.
Tim Ream captaining the side for the 9th time tonight. Got his first cap 13 years ago tomorrow in Cape Town. A 1-0 win against South Africa, and still going strong, Tim Ream. Last captain the side in his home city of St. Louis in September, and the win against Uzbekistan. He wears the armband again tonight. His fourth start for the US this year. Cameron Carter-Vickers getting it back towards Dest.
It's one of those weird things to say where you want a team to possess the ball enough. Where Trinidad and Tobago, you want them to get out of that shape and open up a little bit. Right there, they had a little sequence where you could see there are more gaps in the middle now.
Free kick here for the United States. The referee is O'Shea Nation of Jamaica. His 6th US game as a referee. The last time he was in charge of a US game was the win against Honduras in World Cup qualifying on that fairly cold night in Minnesota in February of 2022. A little bit warmer tonight in Austin, although in the pre-match press conference yesterday, Trinidad and Tobago head coach Angus Eve did talk about the fact that it is colder conditions than they're used to. This is Dest making his way down the right, and it's not a bad challenge there from Andre Raymond on his second start, his first since his debut in March. Andre Raymond plays in the 4th tier in Portugal. Went up against Porto last month in a cup game. Weston McKennie. Gio Reyna. Reyna gets away from Phillips, feeds it into that right side for Dest, who's cross into the middle. Is tipped behind acrobatically by Denzel Smith. Smith, the keeper, playing at home in Trinidad and Tobago's league with Club Sando.
He's just not sure whether he's got to flick that one on, but it does well to put it over his own crossbar. And Gio Reyna, we saw some great set pieces in training the other day.
Reyna's delivery couldn't find its way to Balogun at the back post. Paredes. It's Gio Reyna curling that one into the middle, headed away by Garcia. McKennie will have a crack. Here's Tim Ream. Out to Reyna. Forward for Balogun to chase. This is a corner for the United States. 8 minutes in this quarter-final first leg. Ball played into the middle towards Tillman. Tillman pulls it back. Paredes had a swing. Anthony Robinson. Paredes couldn't get there. And then Ream with a challenge. I think the free kick has gone against Tim Ream.
There's look at that last chance. Really smart from Gio Reyna, not only to play that quick, but play it with pace. It's actually Balogun that stops that chance from Paredes. And here's the foul in transition. Referee doing well to just a little talking to for Tim Ream. A lively start from the U.S. and I like the speed of pass. Just moving the ball quickly, even when they have time on the ball. And Tillman and Reyna finding really good pockets in between the lines.
The US second amongst the 4-seeded teams per the CONCACAF rankings coming into this quarter-final stage. So they played the 3rd place qualifier, which was Trinidad and Tobago. Kevin Paredes down the left. Ream did well to get in front of Malcolm Shaw. Anthony Robinson. Now McKennie. Moves his ball forward, Robinson into the middle, and that one will go straight out of play here off Alvin Jones for another US corner. Alvin Jones, the defender, the brother of Jovan, who was a 2-time MLS Cup winner with Seattle Sounders.
Interesting, those notes. MLS players here, Trinidad and Tobago. There's a few that could have come.
Raiders ball into the box, and Garcia able to head it away. Musa makes his way out to the far side. Kevin Molino retiring from international football. Reports of the fact he didn't want to play under the head coach Angus Eve. This is Reyna. There are 5 USL players, though, in the Trinidad and Tobago squad here. McKennie. Let's head downstairs to Melissa Ortiz.
Kyle and Luke, you were just mentioning how you've liked the quick style of play so far from the U.S. side. Well, Greg told me that he wanted this team to focus on their own mindset, to move the ball quickly to try to get behind the opponent's lines and offensively be well positioned to draw out the defenders out of the back line. What we've seen so far is even that ball Tim Ream sent to Serginho Dest, those are specific ways out of the width that they can get through to break through the lines. And once around the penalty box, be decisive and be clear to finish off these chances.
Space for McKennie as he flicks that ball into the path of Reyna. Now it's Anthony Robinson. Laid off for McKennie. Tillman helping it out to Paredes. Now it's Dest. Everybody back behind the ball for Trinidad and Tobago. The US try to find a way through in the 12th minute. Reyna's ball into the back post. With Tillman meeting it.
Yeah, these blindside runs, it's going to be the game. It's sucking them in on one side of the field, and whether it's fullback or Tillman and Reyna moving into wide positions, that's going to be on all day long.
Malik Tillman's second US start, also started against Oman in September. 7th cap overall. Here is Shannon Gomez down the right side. But Tim Ream is quick to defend, and Robinson plays it inside for Paredes. Shannon Gomez, one of those players who play in the USL. He's with San Antonio in the USL Championship.
Here's what I mean. Just watch the timing of this run. Reyna right now, he's already looking. You can see he's taking a glance. It's one touch. Does he have it into Balogun? He does it. The timing of the run's perfect. Actually, really well defended by that wingback on the side. But that's a hard run to catch, especially when these quote-unquote wingers, Reyna and Tillman, are playing inverted. Julie Foudy talked about it through the lineups at the beginning. 4-2-2-2. It's just those wide positions. If they can move the ball quickly and they get the center backs confused with the wing backs, it's that late run that's just going to be so dangerous.
6-0 in Charlotte in the group stage of the Gold Cup a little earlier this summer. First half hat-trick from Jesus Ferreira that day. Cal, Bucio and Vasquez also with the goals. Much different looking side that night, though. Matt Turner was in goal, keeping a clean sheet. As it comes to Gomez down the right for Trinidad and Tobago. Telfer, former Toronto FC man, loses out. He plays in USL now with Miami. This is Tim Ream. Greg Berhalter talked about, even when he was looking at the opposition they're playing in friendlies over the course of this build-up towards 2026, facing different type of challenges. He's had that in the different teams that they've played over the course of the last couple of months since he returned. And this, again, is something completely different that you have to try and work out that you could come up against in a major tournament.
Yeah, and one word to use is patience. Don't always try to force these dangerous passes. Don't get frustrated. Just, they're starting well. Move the ball quickly. You have a side with Trinidad and Tobago. They're going to tire. They're having to cover a lot of ground, even though they're in a low block.
Anthony Robinson winning the header down the left. Kevin Paredes tries to get there. He has just been caught there by Alvin Jones. It was great hearing Kevin Paredes talk yesterday about how much this means to him and the fact that 2 years ago, in November, the owner of DC United, his club at the time, Jason Levine, called him up on the morning of the game between the US and Mexico in Cincinnati. He said, Kevin, I've got a spare ticket. Do you want to come on my jet tonight to go to the game? He said he couldn't believe he was put in that position to be so close to be able to watch a big game like that between the US and Mexico. 2 years on, he's starting for this team.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, he is a real talent. He's a lovely player to watch. Very silky smooth, confident, likes to take players on. Good opportunity for him.
Gio Reyna going short towards Paredes. Paredes with the cross into the middle, and I don't think the keeper wants to pick this up in case it's judged as a back pass, so maybe he will in the end. Denzel Smith in goal, the 25-year-old. Went off injured, actually, a finger injury late in their game against Guatemala last month, but he recovered for the final group game against Curacao, which ended in a defeat for Trinidad and Tobago. They managed to win at home to Curacao by 1-0, 3-2 against El Salvador and 3-2 against Guatemala, and those were the results that have got them through to this point, finishing second in Group A of Nations League A, a point behind Panama, and 2 points ahead of third place Martinique. There is a route through, even for the losers of this series, to get to Copa America next summer, and that's something that Angus Eve talked about, how big it would be for the Federation and for this group of players if they could find a way to get into Copa America. McKennie gives away the free kick. Noah Powder is the player that's down. In fact, it might have gone the other way here. Yellow card coming from referee O'Shea Nation.
And here's a look at it. Just as he goes to take that step, you see the plant foot just goes right onto Weston McKennie. I think it's the right call. You know, what he's trying to do is get that plant foot down so he could shield the ball. It's the right call, but that one hurts a lot for Weston McKennie. That stomp right on the top of his foot.
So a yellow card shown for Noah Powder, 25-year-old who was born in Edison, New Jersey. Won the USL on a couple of occasions with the New York Red Bulls 2 and Royal Monarchs as well. Now playing for Northern Colorado Hailstorm in USL League One, as Weston McKennie gets back to his feet. The player who has appeared now in 12 of 13 all-time US games in the CONCACAF Nations League. The one he missed was when he was suspended earlier this year.
Playing all the time for his club too. Great start to the campaign for him in Italy. Playing in different roles, but every time he comes in, you know, Greg Berhalter wants him in the center. It kind of doesn't matter what he does at Juve. He wants him in the center of the park, and he's been very impressive. He's been back into camp, and just the discipline, the ground he covers, how great he is from this deep playmaking position. And it's going to be his late runs out of the midfield, I think, that'll be a key sometimes in this game, just to pop forward at the right times.
Kenny playing 90 minutes in all 4 games for Juve since the last international break. They've won them all. They're second right now in Serie A, a couple of points behind Inter. Loses ball to the right. Cleared away by Justin Garcia, his 16th cap.
Musa gave that ball away, but super smart. And these are the details. Right when he gave it away, rather than put his head down and pause, just sprinted so he could join Dest, who was pressing the ball, and close down one passing lane that forced that bad pass out of bounds.
Into the 20th minute of this first leg. The second leg will be played in Port of Spain on Monday. Pre-game show underway on TNT at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Anthony Robinson, the Fulham man, carrying it forward. Right now for McKennie. He's looking for the perfect ball to Dest at the back post, but it's plucked out of the air by Denzel Smith, who came a long way to get there. And he did well.
There's that run again. You know, and it's going to be so important for Smith to be off of his line. He really does have to help, especially those wing backs, because they're the ones that just get caught in between. Do they tuck in? Do they push in the middle? And that late run when they're trying to help out that back line. If it's played from that sort of distance, they need their goalkeeper to try to dominate the penalty area.
Played long towards Robinson, who would push forward down the left there. Away by Gomez. Reina able to get a foot in. Now has a bit of space, and he'll turn that ball into the middle for Musa. Robinson. This is Musa. There's lots of space on the right for the PSV man, Serginho Dest. Linking up with his club teammate, Malik Tillman, as they did for a goal at the weekend for PSV. Tillman scored it, Dest got the assist. Tillman coming off the bench the last 2 games to get a goal for PSV. Dest. % possession through the opening 20 minutes for the United States. Let's head back downstairs to Melissa.
I'm hearing what head coach Greg Berhalter is saying to the team, and he wants Anthony Robinson, who has the ball right now, to get higher.
Robinson feeding it through here for Balogun, turning it back for Paredes.
Greg wants Anthony Robinson to be higher and Kevin Paredes out on the left side to get wider. And Gio, sometimes when the ball is at center back, say under Tim Ream, he wants Gio to get a little bit lower. When the team loses possession of the ball, they want a really quick press. And if it has a foul, he wants the team to have a quick restart. But what I did like, what he just said was, for the ball to play behind the lines. That ball that was set before over the back line to Serginho Dest, Greg shouted to his staff, that's the exact idea.
Just at the midway mark of the first half, and no goals so far here in Austin, Texas at Q2 Stadium. The US men's team making a 4th visit here. Here's Dest. They were here for the Nations League in June of 2022, a 5-0 win against Grenada when Jesus Ferreira scored 4 in the stadium and Paul Arriola got 1. A World Cup qualifier, a 2-0 win against Jamaica in 2021 when Pepe scored a couple of times, and then a Gold Cup semi-final in July of 2021 against Qatar.
Malcolm Shaw, I already feel for him. This is going to be such a hard game for him every time in transitioning. He's actually done a really good job. There's just no one around him. When they try to play out, Trinidad and Tobago win the ball, he just has 2 and 3 defenders on him, and Ream very smart with positioning, and obviously he's got to draw fast. He just needs some sort of help because he's on an island on his own.
Malcolm Shaw making his debut in the Gold Cup opener against St. Kitts and Nevis earlier this year. Scored in the 3-2 win against El Salvador in September. One of 2 players playing in this starting 11 who play in the Canadian Premier League. Tillman. Telfer. Cut out by McKennie. Telfer looking to try and pick it up. Just fouled there by Weston McKennie. Maybe a little bit of frustration creeping in.
Yeah, it's hitting that mark where they've been on the ball, they moved it quickly, just no clear chances yet. So this is about the time that frustration starts to leak in. But the U.S., that word again, patient. Just be patient. They're moving the ball around, they're getting in good areas. Don't start forcing low percentage passes. I think one thing that is starting to happen is the U.S. has slowly gotten a little more narrow as the game has gone on. I think that's what Melissa was alluding to, is someone has to have the discipline to give them width.
No Christian Pulisic, no Tim Weah since the start of 2022. Pulisic leads the team with a combined 17 goals and assists. In the last two windows, Pulisic and Weah scoring 4 of the United States' 11 goals. They had an assist each as well. Telfer bringing it forward. Malcolm Shaw. Rampasad backwards.
Well done, Tim Ream. Not only reading that, but the one-touch pass. These are the transitions they got to try to hurt Trinidad and Tobago quickly.
Anthony Robinson with a ball through for Paredes. Wasn't quite the first touch he would have wanted, but well, it looked like, and he certainly thought he got a corner, but the assistant referee on the far side does not agree with Kevin Paredes.
It looks like there was enough pace on that pass where he might have been able to just let it run and just catch up with it. It's hard to tell.
Moved to Wolfsburg from DC United in 2022. He started the last 3 games in a row in the Bundesliga. 8 appearances in the German top flight this year. Scored a goal in a 2-2 draw with Werder Bremen a couple of games ago. And after 2 substitute appearances, he gets the chance to start for his country for the first time tonight. Anthony Robinson's ball inside to Gio Reyna. Rampasad got a touch to it, and it's cleared away there by Aubrey David. Balogun against Aubrey David. Robinson came a long way to get there first and drives the shot in. Two career US goals and 37 previous caps for Anthony Robinson.
And David did well initially because he lost the ball a few times, but very cleanly, never on target there, but good position that Robinson took up, try to win that second ball. Yeah, the one thing that we're not seeing a lot, there's been a few moments for it, that was just a chance to play in behind. And it's funny, I was talking to Bees at training the other day, and Josh Wolf was there, a great U.S. goal scorer, and we were talking with him, and when I left, Bees was talking about how much he loved playing with Josh Wolf, and way back at early on in the Chicago days in his career, Josh Wolf taught him this one-time pass in behind the back line, kind of earlier than you'd think. You think you got to drop a shoulder and you got to beat a player, and it makes it so difficult for defenders, especially with a clever forward off the ball, and I haven't seen that enough where they get into wide positions. Just test that curling ball in behind that back line. It's going to make them think, even if it's not successful, and all of a sudden they start dropping off a little more.
Robinson inside for Weston McKennie. Rolled into the path of Serginho Dest, who has space to have a run at the left back Raymond. Into the path of Tillman. Aubrey David coming across to put it behind for a corner. Gio Reyna going across to take it. Played just under half an hour off the bench in a 2-1 loss against Stuttgart on Saturday for Dortmund. Celebrated his 21st birthday in camp last Monday. Reyna's outswinger here. Dest. And now driven across goal by Tillman, who were appealing for offside, and the flag has gone up.
There's another look. Obviously doesn't hit it cleanly, and close. Let's give the referee's assistant benefit of the doubt there. Don't say anything about VAR. I don't want to hear about it.
Well, there is VAR.
I don't want to hear about it.
There is. Drew Fisher, vastly experienced video assistant referee of Canada. Was at the Women's World Cup this summer. He is the man on the machines tonight. Here's Anthony Robinson down the left side. Support from Paredes, but looks to cut the cross over the top of Balogun. Tillman chasing. I think Tillman there against Andre Raymond on the far side. Now it's Serginho Dest. Reyna, space for Malik Tillman. Tillman's ball across goal. in the end, fairly straightforward for Denzel Smith, the 25-year-old keeper, to fall onto that one.
I've been watching Balogun off the ball. He's just getting a little more frustrated as minutes go by. He's made some great runs, and that was a good example of an early ball into him. It was played behind him. But he's at least showing a lot of discipline to stay up there and occupy those center backs, and he's getting in behind them sometimes. They got to take a chance on some of those.
Half an hour played. Following Balogun hasn't really had too many opportunities yet in front of goal. The US look to try and find a way to break down this stubborn Trinidad and Tobago side. Gomez. Ryan Telfer. Paredes wins it back, but he does so unfairly. And Greg Berhalter not happy with that call from O'Shea Nation. It happened right in front of the US technical area.
Let's give a little credit where credit's due. You know, we talked about a team that's leaked goals in this competition, and tactical change. Craig is going to this back five, and they haven't given up any clear chances, and they're covering a lot of ground. They're playing well. They're shifting. So definitely credit there.
Trinidad and Tobago ranked 99th in the world, a long way off their highest position of 25th in 2001. Angasib actually scored against the US in a World Cup qualifier back in 2005 in the port of Spain. The US won that one 2-1 in the Hex. Angasib initially the interim head coach in June of 2021. After they failed to get past the first round of World Cup qualifying, Terry Fenwick was sacked. Played for Trinidad and Tobago when they reached their first ever FIFA Youth World Cup all the way back in 1991. Legendary Dwight York was part of that side.
What a player he was.
Kenny's ball out to the right. Attacking third touches through 30 minutes. US 131, Trinidad and Tobago 1. But it's still 0-0.
Yeah, that's all that matters. For Trinidad and Tobago, they just got to stay in this as long as they can. If they're in it going home, they've got to believe they can get a result.
McKennie down the right. Bit of space for Weston McKennie. Pulls it back here for Gio Reyna. Neat play from Tillman, but he couldn't link up with Balogun. Reyna. And a free kick here for the United States in the 34th minute.
You know, at some point in these little moments, someone's got to hit the ball. Someone's got to take a shot. And in a crowd, you have deflections. Something happens. There's a few times players have had that little window, and they're looking for the cute little passes. And you know, sometimes that's on, but you want to see a U.S. player have that urgency, and that is something you miss when Christian Pulisic isn't here. He's the type of player that gets a shot off in these situations.
Denzel Smith, the keeper, the most experienced of the three goalkeepers in the squad, but it's still only his 6th cap. Made his debut back in March. A little over 10 minutes until half-time at Q2 Stadium. This magnificent venue that opened in June of 2021. First game in here was the US women's national team against Nigeria. US women beating Ireland here back in early April. Anthony Robinson. Ream. Reyna, 7 starts this year, 2 goals and 2 assists. Here he is once more. Cameron Carter-Vickers, the Celtic man. Carter Vickers involved in 2 6-0 games the last week or so. Fortunately for him, it was a win in the league against Aberdeen at the weekend for Celtic. Not so nice in the Champions League when they lost 6-0 against Atletico Madrid last week. Balogun couldn't get on the end of that. Gomez under pressure, just gets fouled there by Anthony Robinson. When you're playing the way Trinidad and Tobago are, Cal, you have to be supremely organized, and everybody has to stick to their task. You can't afford anyone to take a moment off, can you?
And they haven't. And one thing I've been really impressed with is how quickly they've been able to get pressure on the ball in wide positions. I mean, the wingbacks are flying out and getting the head down of whichever U.S. player gets in those wide areas. And those are the dangerous moments when you become detached from that back line and you leave. So if you don't go put a lot of pressure on the ball right away, the U.S. is skillful enough, talented enough to play it around you. And Trinidad and Tobago just frustrated them all game long.
Telfer. Rampasad's ball forward. Ream into the middle for Weston McKennie, who almost lost out there, but was able to get away. Noah Powder sliding in with the challenge. Noah Powder has already been in trouble with the referee tonight.
Might be a little lucky here if he gets away with this one. I mean, this is one of those where it's on the edge. In real time, it's not a tactical foul. There are some players there that can make a play. It's not a fast break. Oh, there it is.
And this is sending off a second yellow card for Noah Powder. The 25-year-old midfielder from New Jersey.
Well, here's a look at it. I mean, wonderful feet here. But watch that touch right there, just baits him in. And, you know, I think it's how wild he swings right there. Yeah. Weston McKennie shows him the ball for a second. And it's reckless. It's not that it's a foul from behind. It's not really about transition. It's just that how reckless that swing is. You can't argue with it. It's just silly. You're sitting on a yellow. You're playing well. You've got players in those positions that are behind you that Weston McKennie's in his own half. You can't make a silly challenge like that. And that completely changes the complexity of this match for Trinidad and Tobago.
He's played for Trinidad and Tobago since the U17 level. Mentioned before his success in USL. Also had a handful of MLS appearances with Real Salt Lake in 2021. But that could be a huge break now for the United States, who are a man up 7 minutes before halftime. Anthony Robinson rolls it into the path of Balogun, who couldn't get there before the onrushing keeper Denzel Smith. Robinson heads forward. This is Shannon Gomez.
Trying to have a look now, and it seems like really they're just giving up that one midfield player and still staying in that back five. It's really the only difference. That three's got a lot of work to do in front of that back five now, and they've got to be switched on to leave that back line a little earlier.
Kenny's ball to Dest. Space for Serginho Dest!
And this is what I mean. Is look at when Dest picks up the ball. When they had equal numbers, they were leaving that back line a little bit earlier. Not a huge threat there, not hit well from Dest, but that's going to be a real challenge. They're going to just try to survive, get into the locker room at halftime and think through the tactics. And you wonder if Berhalter changes things slightly because of the man advantage.
Picked up by Kevin Paredes. He'll drive at the heart of the back line. He wants the free kick. Aubrey David is down hurt as well. As we reach the 40-minute mark. Still 0-0, but Noah Powder sent off. Second yellow card.
Just that long touch, and they just shin to shin. That's one of those awful situations where both players get the worst of that. You see Berhalter talking to some of the veterans here. See if we can pick anything up.
He's got something to say to Gio Reyna as they try and plot a way to get past this Trinidad and Tobago defensive line or two. 5 at the back right now, 3 in midfield, and just the lone striker, Malcolm Shaw. Coming up next is the Volkswagen halftime show here at Q2 Stadium. Trinidad and Tobago making one appearance in the World Cup. It was in 2006. Angus Eve, their head coach, actually was involved in qualifying, then got left out of the World Cup squad when it was named. They finished bottom of the group, drew their first ever World Cup game 0-0 against Sweden, lost 2-0 against England and Paraguay. We mentioned Dwight York earlier, he was involved, as was Stern John, Shaka Hislop, the goalkeeper. Some famous footballing names.
Little Columbus Crew shout out. Some great strikers that went through that club, and he was definitely one of the best.
Dest. This is Tillman against Garcia. Rampasad can turn. And Carter Vickers back down that right side for Musa. 3 minutes to the break. McKennie, Balogun couldn't quite hold on to that one as Anthony Robinson will pick it up. Reyna, hold just behind following Balogun. And Gomez did well to win the goal
Two
kick.
things are essential now, and I'm not really seeing it yet. The players in wide positions for the U.S., and sometimes it's the fullback, sometimes it's the winger. Just get wide, make the field as wide as possible. You know, they're playing like 20 yards inside on both ends of the field, and that just makes it easier for a team that can stay compact and move as a unit. So just stretch, almost over-exaggerate it. You know, Pep loves to do that with Manchester City. Just tremendous amount of discipline and getting width. And then now you got to move the ball fast. At this point, you're going to have so much time on it with them down a man. You got to zip it around.
Paredes has been in a bit of a battle in this first half of his first start.
You never want this many bruises in your first start. I really hope Berhalter keeps him out there. There's some moments he'll get isolated 1v1. Really dynamic player.
20-year-old from Virginia who made his debut against Oman. Played 15 minutes against Germany in October. Green with a lovely ball there across to Dest. Spreads the play a little bit. Reyna now out to the right for Musa. Dest. Andre Raymond going across to do the defending here as Dest tries to find a way through now.
Yeah, look at Paredes and Robinson. No one's wide on this side of the field. So the U.S. is just doing Trinidad and Tobago a favor by shrinking things centrally.
Reyna. Anthony Robinson. Reyna with a nice ball to the feet of Musa. He's trying to get some space for a shot here. Yunus Musa into the path of Tillman. Back towards Musa.
There's a perfect example. If Tillman's just a little bit wider, that ball's played in front of him and ahead of him, so he can one-time that ball behind the back line. It seems like a minor thing, but it's just that's essential that you have that first-time pass, because that's the one where the center backs take a sprint 4 yards back towards their goalkeeper, and those cutbacks are on.
The offside flag goes up here. it's just not quite joined up well enough, is it, going forward?
It's that last, this narrow formation of playing 4-2-2-2. We know why he did it, and it was the right idea, but at this point, that being so narrow constantly is just making it easy, especially with the opposition down a man.
3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half in the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinal first leg. Reem. Everyone now back behind the ball. As it comes back for Musa. Test against Raymond. Now Gio Reyna. Balogun in a bit of space inside the box, but it's just cut out there at the back by Justin Garcia. And then Balogun gives away the free kick. Following Balogun's Monaco side, a third right now in Ligue 1, 3 points behind leaders PSG. His first year with Monaco, scored 3 in his first 4 appearances for them. None though in the last 4 games for Balogun. Came off the bench at the weekend in a 0-0 draw with Le Havre. US a man up, but as yet unable to make it count. Reyna, now McKennie, into the path of Anthony Robinson. Balogun's in the middle. And that was a good save by Denzel Smith, the keeper.
Now that's the ball right there. That happens in transition, but that's the one I mean. That's how you're a threat. Weston McKennie does a good job of playing that ball out in front. And it's a really good ball from Robinson. It's dangerous. This is how the U.S. is going to be able to break down this team. It's just get width. It's the number one thing. When you go down a man, the number one thing you want, if you could wish for something, is a smaller field. And you're not going to get shorter and more narrow. More narrow is the best thing, because when you're down men, you want to mark passing lanes. You can mark 2 people or 3 people by closing a passing lane down. So if the U.S. shrinks the field and makes it more narrow for Trinidad and Tobago, that's the one thing that makes the game easier for them.
Free kick taken quickly by Reyna in the final seconds of this first half. Tillman. Carter Vickers. McKennie towards Robinson. Into the path of Paredes. And Paredes just trying to keep that one in play. I'm not sure he did, but it's a goal kick now anyway. That last opportunity, though, came at a point where they'd finally, Trinidad and Tobago, gone forward. And you mentioned that earlier in the half. It's not a bad thing if once or twice they try and get numbers forward, because that leaves them the space for the US to exploit.
Yeah, I mean, Trinidad and Tobago obviously going down a man is just a crucial blow, but great first half. Really impressive from them.
Here's Greg Berhalter with Melissa.
Greg, physical first half. What are your thoughts overall of the first half performance?
Yeah, I think, the chances weren't really there. There were some times when they opened up, and I think we're picking them apart. The precision when they were tight wasn't there. You see we're just a little bit off, and we got to get that first goal, and I think more will come.
How does the team capitalize on Trinidad and Tobago being a man down?
Yeah, they're still come back. That's the thing. We got to get them out of position, pull them out of position, and look to get behind them.
Thank you, Greg.
After 45 minutes at Q2 Stadium in Austin, it is 0-0 between the United States and Trinidad and Tobago. US Soccer on TNT is presented by Volkswagen.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte. Engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
Lunch? Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our economy ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card?
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out, made with titanium.
We do have free movies with the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
Geico makes car insurance easy. As easy as getting stuffed up during allergy season.
Before all the pollen, I used to stop and smell everything. The smell of fresh cut grass, my coffee in the morning, the hot dog smell from the hot dog guy. You did this to me.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
Curse you, ragweed pollen!
It's Aspen Dental's anniversary savings event with 20% off custom dentures. Book today.
They put 166.7% into everything they do.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
Personalized gifts made by real people.
Etsy has it. Relax and unwind with Tempur-Pedic and save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets.
Our crew services cars from bumper to bumper.
Oil change, tire rotations, repairs.
There are days when the world is going crazy. You just think we've lost our way. Sports will take you away. The beauty of sports is the agony and just unparalleled joy that it brings every night. It's good for your soul. That's sports. And now you can do it on Max, the one to watch.
We'll play against Florida. It's going to be a good battle. Be a new rivalry for us after playoffs last year.
Panthers eliminate the Boston Bruins.
Dallas is a really physical team. Playing Vegas, obviously the defending champs.
Bruins, Panthers, Golden Knights, Stars. Wednesday at 6:30 on TNT.
Welcome to the Volkswagen halftime show. Sarah Walsh alongside DeMarcus Beasley and Julie Foudy. It is scoreless so far here in Austin, and here's your Volkswagen highlights. DeMarcus, I can't sugarcoat it. There's not a lot of them. There weren't a lot of chances. This was a very compact Trinidad and Tobago team that they were playing.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the best chance that the U.S. got all half, and that's saying something for Trinidad. You got to give them credit for defending, but you know, it wasn't a great first half for the United States.
And then you saw the red card, which was a gift, really. By Trinidad and Tobago to say, here you go, Tobago to say, here you go, here's this red card. When you're sitting on a yellow, Kyle mentioned it in the show, you just can't afford to do that. But this is an opportunity for the United States in a situation where they haven't had a great first half, as we saw. I thought didn't use the width. You heard Kyle talking about it at the end of the half. I think the 4-2-2-2 isn't quite working out with that backs. I'm not going to add another 2 this half. Is not quite working out with that box in the middle, and they're not getting width, and there's no pace of play. And really, when you get these transitional moments, the United States, and especially now, up a man, has to pounce. And I thought it was a little too slow. They did have a moment where they could have gotten forward in a transitional moment. Trinidad and Tobago had attacked. You see Paredes trying to make this run. Just this first touch gets away from him. But those are the moments the United States has to pounce. And right now, with the formation, I think they're going to have to make a tactical shift. They're going to have to get some width. They're going to have to get, it shouldn't just be the outside backs that are providing the width for the United States.
No, I agree. And added to that is the personal performance as well. I'm not trying to harp too much on this first half. I didn't think Malik Tillman had a great half. I thought he got in some couple good spots, but his final touch let him down a bit. Paredes was a little bit soft as well. I just think as a whole they need to play better. I mean, yes, they can change tactics, but I just think individually they have to look and say, okay, I need to play better. Who in that first half can we say that stepped up and actually had a good half? You can't really say anyone.
Yeah. This is a home-and-home series, and DeMarcus, you talked about it. When they go to Trinidad and Tobago to play that game on Monday, they want to leave here with a comfortable win, and we haven't seen that yet. There's 45 minutes yet to be played. We've got much more to come on the Volkswagen Halftime Show when we come back from Austin, Texas, a scoreless one so far.
Pick up. Gotta go.
Come on,
Crazy.
let's go. Let's go!
Guys, come on.
Come on!
Yeah.
My favorite color is because it's like a family thing. Hands out.
Mom.
Leave running behind. The new turbocharged Volkswagen Atlas does life beautifully.
Thomas, did nobody tell you? You're fired. It's natural that you go through the stages of grief. This is not happening.
Denial.
If you change your mind.
We only got one option.
American Samoa.
Are you joking?
I deserve some respect. Anger.
You are smoking through these.
Get the ball in the net. What the?
I'll do it.
Next goal wins. Rated PG-13.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for two. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
Geico makes car insurance easy.
Enjoy your flight. You too.
As easy as saying the wrong thing.
Me too. Really?
What?
Dad, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
Do I look like I'm going on vacation, sir?
It's not how airports work, man. You could?
Dad!
Are we leaving or?
I don't even want to go on vacation anymore.
I thought I knew you.
She has hairspray that is over the limit.
With an app that puts your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
And you're not wearing socks. Get a grip, man.
It's like a classic vinyl album, but bourbon. Old Forester never gets old.
Holiday magic is fleeting. Trust Duracell.
You know that I feel good. Doing things I never thought I could. Smiling in the mirror, I look good. Like I should. I feel brand spanking new. I don't know about you, I feel good.
With the Wells Fargo Active Cash Card, you earn 2% cash back on what you want. Like first date plans. And need.
No. Just my shoe.
Like maybe shoes without laces. The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's real life ready.
You've been watching the Volkswagen Halftime Show. A beautiful night here in Austin, Texas. So far, a scoreless one. Greg Berhalter told our Melissa Ortiz that got to get the first one, and then he believes more will come. We are waiting to see goals. After tonight's game, they will head to Trinidad and Tobago. You can watch that one, 6:30 Eastern on TNT. We will be there. Ricardo Pepi is among those warming up as the United States gets set to kick off the second half. Perhaps he can get the goal scoring started. We will be back here with all your post-game reaction when this one wraps. But when we come back, second half coming up. Kyle Martino and Luke Wyman on the call.
U.S. Soccer Halftime Show is brought to you by Volkswagen, presenting partner of U.S. Soccer.
Some people just know what road to take. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
The service road is faster.
Turn left.
Not happening.
He knows better than any GPS, and he'd point you in Allstate's direction.
Go all the way down the road past the big gray warehouse.
Take the next exit.
You're not from around here, so you don't know the back roads.
I don't want to be late for the party.
I'm gonna save us 5 minutes.
Some people just know what road to take.
You're on the fastest route.
Those are the people who know safe drivers save 40% with Allstate.
Chipotle's carne asada is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finished with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
Lunch?
Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card?
For water?
Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out, made with titanium.
We do have free movies, with the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
This holiday season at PetSmart, buy 3 dog or cat toys and get the 4th free. Plus, get $20 off all Purina products when you spend $100 or more. PetSmart, anything for pets.
You arm your company with the most powerful surfer hardware you can, but now you can achieve 125 times faster processing and use up to 50% less energy. Cove SDM, the first software-defined memory solution. Achieve more at cove.com.
I opened the box, then it was just so beautiful.
Maybe it was the gesture or whatever.
When I wear it, I'm just transported back to that night.
How did you know?
Lowe's knows same-day delivery means getting what you need right when you need it. Holiday shopping got easier on affordable decor and more.
Now you can get these all at once, right, Dad?
The holidays got sweeter with same-day delivery. You got this.
US Soccer on TNT is presented by Volkswagen. At halftime, it's 0-0 between the United States and 10-man Trinidad and Tobago here at Q2 Stadium in Austin, Texas, in the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Nations League. A change made at the break by Angus Eve, the Trinidad and Tobago coach. It is Ryan Telfer making way, Neville Hackshaw coming in. He plays in USL with Oakland roots. They're in the USL Championship, finished 10th in the West last year. Former Indy 11 and Charleston Battery man. Should have had a USL bingo card tonight. We've gone through most of the league in this Trinidad and Tobago team. But a change made, maybe, to just try and ensure that a man down, they have a continued presence in that midfield in front of the back five for Trinidad and Tobago. Tell for a little more of an attacking player.
I saw like Zendejas and Luca de la Torre that got some conversations from directly the training staff. Wonder if those are two of the players thought first to come in.
Paredes down the left side, cutting into the box, and David got a touch to it. Aubrey David, the captain, and then Alvin Jones able to clear towards halfway. Alvin Jones actually getting his first international goal against the US in World Cup qualifying in that game in October of 2017. Dest switching play from one full-back to the other. Robinson inside for McKennie. Paredes, Anthony Robinson. He's managed to win the corner. 75% possession for the US in the first half. 7 shots to 0, although none of them on target. This corner number 6. Gio Reyna heading across to the far side to take it. Cameron Carter-Vickers and Tim Ream both up from the back. Shane Nation, the referee from Jamaica, just trying to settle things down in there between Malik Tillman and Aubrey David. Reyna's ball in towards Ream, but it's headed away by Rampersad. Cameron Carter-Vickers gets a touch to it. Tillman just runs it into touch.
I mean, this game's screaming for Aronson. You know, his energy, and I feel like every game we've done, Luke, where there's just a moment where you need some energy, you need someone off the bench. There's really been 2 players in the past few months, you know, Pepe and Aronson, that have come off the bench and made a big difference for this side. And Aronson was one of the first that went over, and there's an intensity to his warm-up, but it's Brendan Aronson. There's probably always an intensity to his warm-up that's a little higher than others.
Brendan Aronson and his brother Paxton in the squad together for the first time.
And the Aronsons are here.
Their parents are in the stands, made the trip from Medford, New Jersey. Anthony Robinson down the left side. Musa. Once again. Now Dest.
This is better. Look at Paredes' position now.
Much wider. McKennie into the middle, headed away there by Raymond.
McKennie didn't get his head up there, but if he just took a glance over his shoulder, that quick pass right into Paredes is on.
Robinson looking for Reyna, and now it comes towards Balogun. Green. Robinson to the feet of Gio Reyna. McKennie. Anthony Robinson's hanging cross to the back post. Serginho Dest takes a swing. And it's a handball.
Yeah, this is the other benefit of getting those wide positions early is that second phase of putting your foot on the ball and laying it back for a first-time cross. It's surprising a player of his skill doesn't catch that one. Just whiffs it.
We talked first half about his assist for Tillman at the weekend for PSV. They're top of the league, played 12, won 12 right now in the Eredivisie, and with a chance to get through in the Champions League as well. Dest has played 90 minutes in all 4 Champions League games. After a loss against Arsenal, they got a couple of draws.
Yeah, tactically it looks like they've gone into this 4-3-3 to start the second half, and the U.S. have Gio Reyna at the top of a triangle in the middle. I like that move from Greg Berhalter. Already you've seen it pan off and look a little more dynamic.
PSV losing against Arsenal, drawing against Sevilla and Lens, and then beating Lens at home on the last Champions League group stage match day. So PSV in with a chance of advancing. Musa. Dest cutting inside against Raymond. Reyna. Balogun into the path of Dest. Serginho Dest cutting through. Anthony Robinson across goal. And Melissa Ortiz caught up with Greg Berhalter.
Right before kick, I spoke to Greg and he said that he wanted to put more pressure on the opponent's back line and get the ball as much as possible in the penalty box. You know, in these first 5 minutes of the second half, we've been seeing balls being played right into the box or even by dribbling. And guys, in my opinion, that's the way to draw fouls, especially against this Trinidad and Tobago side.
We saw a few times that from Serginho Dest in the 4-0 win against Ghana in Nashville.
He has that. I mean, that was the right. He picked the right pass that time, but someone's just got to crack one on goal from those areas.
It's Gio Reyna. Dest in space to the right side. Serginho Dest. The momentum is building for Greg Berhalter's side here in Austin. Trinidad and Tobago a man down after the sending off of Noah Powder. Paredes against Shannon Gomez. This is Balogun. Aubrey David doing the defending. Nowhere to go but backwards. Ream across for Cameron Carter-Vickers. Dest is giving width down the right. And he's up against Andre Raymond. Gets it back from Tillman. Brought down by Weston McKennie. McKennie through for Malik Tillman, and keeper comes to smother it.
This is so good from Weston McKennie. Just slightly overhit. We walked the field a little bit. We were down there for pregame, obviously. I mean, the grass is very short, but watch Weston McKennie read the second ball quickly. Reads it. Wonderful first touch. And just a little too much weight on that pass, especially with the harsh run from Tillman centrally, but good idea.
Gio Reyna. Reyna's cross is a good one. Tillman with a header.
Much better from the U.S. For Tillman, backpedaling. Got to be so hard to generate enough power here, and you wonder, it's got a little spin on it if he's trying to hit it. Centrally to Balogun.
Tillman looking for his first international goal. He has 5 in 8 appearances in the league this year for PSV. Balogun back for Musa. Again, Dest the target down the right. Dest with a dangerous ball into the middle.
And already, just that simple little tweak. Yeah, Dest has been very wide over here, and that's exactly what you need to do. Early service into the box.
Reyna, McKennie. Robinson plays it in for Gio Reyna. Reyna with a turn and shot straight at Denzel Smith.
That's the beauty too, is these cutbacks are now on. Reyna finds a wonderful spot. His first touch pops up a little bit. Does beautifully to pirouette and get it back onto his right foot. Hard to generate power and just hits it right to the goalkeeper. But they're finding those spots. Much better start here from the U.S.
And that was the first shot on target. Balogun will have a go from distance. And that's their second shot on target. 10 minutes into the second half.
Don't mind that.
There wasn't really enough of that in the first half.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Just start testing the back line, start testing the goalkeeper.
Carried forward by Tim Ream. Brought down perfectly by Serginho Dest. Dest with a dangerous ball in, and it takes a touch off Justin Garcia.
Yeah, now the crowd's gotten into it as well.
Will they have a goal to cheer in the second half at Q2 Stadium? The US knocking on the door. Anthony Robinson down the left. Paredes playing it backwards towards Weston McKennie. This is Musa. Dest crosses straight off the back of Andre Raymond. Musa. Musa battling through well against Rampersad. Bit of space here for Musa. Got a cracker goal! Denzel Smith with the save after Yunus Musa let fly from long distance.
And through the crowd, he's just thinking shoot the whole time. This is exactly what the U.S. needed to come out with this energy and start taking some chances.
Reina with the outswinger. Reed meets it. They're getting closer. Let's take a look at our AT&T 5G netcam. The chance from Musa.
Well, he gets a good look at it early enough. And that last chance on Reem almost hit that back post. It looked like it was Musa was the one that might have gotten the second header. But we were on the perfect angle to see that. Didn't miss by much.
Wasn't too far away from nestling in the corner off the head of Tim Ream for what would have been a second international goal. O'Shea Nation just holding play here for a moment. I wonder if something is being checked here by Drew Fisher, the video assistant referee.
As Gio Reyna, did you see Gio touching his hand? At first I thought it was saying a clock or something, but
potential handball. But nothing to be given after the check by VAR Drew Fisher. A couple of minutes short of the hour mark. There is a movement on the Trinidad and Tobago bench. 3 players just called back from warm-ups. Now studying an iPad. No changes yet from Greg Berhalter. Cameron Carter-Vickers, the English-born defender, getting the start tonight at the back.
And here's what they were looking at. Right there, I mean, the first touch is definitely off of Reem, but it's hard from that angle to know if it hits the hand. You need another angle to get a look.
We might just be able to find another angle at your request.
I'm sure we can. Yeah, and here we go. That arm's outstretched. I don't know. It's too hard to tell.
Robinson down the line into the path of Paredes. The Trinidad and Tobago back line backpedaling here as Paredes rolls it back to Anthony Robinson. McKennie battling for it. He goes down. And the referee points to the spot. And at the hour mark, the US will have a chance to open the scoring with a penalty.
And Weston McKennie, it's a penalty. It does so good to get that left plant foot. You know, he hops and puts it out there. And, you know, Phillips, I don't think he expected Weston McKennie to get that foot down in that position and just went to ground. And that's a penalty. And here's another look at it. It's right there. I don't see a touch from the defender. There's probably the best chance we could get. Yeah, he gets the slightest touch.
They're going to the screen.
Yeah, you could see, I think that last angle, you could see the defender gets the slightest touch on it. And I think that's the one thing that could bail them out. For me, you know, clear and obvious error. I mean, yeah, if you say that touch was a good tackle, and right here, it's the right foot of the defender that gets a touch right there. You know, and
Weston McKennie was involved in the sending off as well, and now involved in this penalty.
You know, this is a tough one, because, like, is that clearly a penalty? No. Is it clearly not a penalty? No. I mean, we're sitting here going slow-mo. You know, and the left foot, the left foot of Weston McKennie kind of seems to like roll before he even gets hit. I thought it was the contact that made his ankle roll. But right there, the first touch looks like it's from the defender. Who knows with VAR these days?
Well, Gio Reyna has the ball tucked under his arm as O'Shea Nation continues to check this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Weston gets any touch on it initially.
A double change coming from the US, whatever happens here, because Brendan Aronson and Ricardo Pepi are about to come in.
I mean, if I had to judge this just without VAR, it's probably not a penalty. But if it takes this many times, we forget VAR was a clear and obvious error, right? You call it a penalty, so it has to clearly not be one to reverse it. But now VAR is just re-refereeing.
Greg Berhalter in the ear of O'Shea Nation. What is the decision?
Yeah, he's going to reverse.
No penalty. Well, Daniel Phillips thinks that's justified. Midfielder who plays for St Johnstone in Scotland. Triple change coming soon for Trinidad and Tobago as well. And now McKennie, who was trying to pick out Balogun with an extravagant ball through the middle. Robinson. Good step forward there at the back from Alvin Jones. Dest. Now McKennie, a little bit of space as McKennie chips it in towards Balogun with the header. Comes back post and Paredes over the bar. So 3 changes coming for Trinidad and Tobago. Jesse Williams, Levi Garcia, and Christian Lihim. Aronson and Pepi, the double change to be made by Greg Berhalter.
Yeah, no surprise there.
McKennie, across for Dest. He's seen a lot of the ball in this second half. Slips it through for Tillman. This is Gio Reyna. What a result this is for Trinidad and Tobago to this point, playing a man down since the 37th minute.
I mean, this would be massive for Trinidad and Tobago if they can hang on to this result for the second leg.
Kevin Paredes making way.
VAR shows a little touch from a defender that reverses a penalty. That penalty happens in totally different games. I mean, they're in this thing, but right now, I mean, these are 2 players for the U.S. coming on that have made a huge difference off the bench.
Tillman leading the game as well.
It'll be a very tough half an hour for Trinidad and Tobago to keep this clean sheet.
Well, fresh legs coming on at the 65th minute mark. Andre Rapasad, one of the players to make way. Robinson. McKennie floats it out towards Dest. That's cut out of play. And it's nicely done there down the left. solid game for Andre Raymond on just a second start for his country. And Trinidad and Tobago here winning the free kick. Flag is up here for offside. Daniel Phillips leaving the game for Trinidad and Tobago. Malcolm Shaw was the other one who won't want to play that game too many times.
That was brutal.
He's the lone striker.
Oh, man.
Very alone. Aronson. Gio Reyna. Happy back to Musa. Reyna. Kenny turning. Reyna. It's Brendan Aronson! Skipping wide from Brendan Aronson, who was almost able to make an immediate impact.
What a great little spot he finds, and that outside run is there from Robinson. Lovely outside of the foot pass there from Gio Reyna to find him, and just doesn't get any bend on it. You know, that's a tough window. He takes a great first touch, and the defender's right there. It's so hard to generate whip. So that end over end just won't let it curl back towards the post, but lovely little pocket he found.
Just past the midway mark in the second half here in Austin. The US with the man advantage. Gio Reyna on the ball. Pepe the substitute. Has a habit of scoring goals from the bench. Dest. Ricardo Pepe with 9 career US goals in 20 caps.
I like what Berhalter's doing, playing Pepe and Balogun really close to each other and letting Dest kind of make up the wide spot over here. Down a man, just let Dest play himself on this side of the field and cover that ground.
Anthony Robinson. Gio Reyna. Dest crossing that one into the middle. Pepe couldn't quite get there. Headed away well at the back. Dest tries again. Balogun took a swing. Comes back for Brendan Aronson and deflects wide off Justin Garcia. Trinidad and Tobago holding on right now with a little over 20 minutes remaining in this first leg of the Nations League quarter-final. Jersey tugging there from Weston McKennie.
Oh man, Luke. I don't like 0-0 in the second leg.
Port of Spain, Monday night.
Hopefully there's not a big puddle this time too.
No one needs reminding about the last visit.
Oh man.
The US would certainly have wanted things to be more comfortable after the home leg. The opportunity to play at home first. Can they make it count? Anthony Robinson, Brendan Aronson wants it played into his path. Jones across to defend. Anthony Robinson, here's Musa. Lays it off for Weston McKennie. McKennie over the top. Pepe can't get on the end of it.
That's a great idea. Watch the ball get teed up, and it's just teed up in a way that Wes McKennie can't hit that first time, and it's a wonderful run. It's just a little too high there for Pepe. Great idea from Weston McKennie, just slightly overhit.
Pepe is able to play that ball away under pressure from Hackshaw. Reyna. Robinson. Anthony Robinson plays it into the path of Ricardo Pepe. Garcia got a touch to it. Jones is pushed. They're getting their bodies in the right position. They're doing everything they have to right now, Trinidad and Tobago.
That was a tough ball to control through the crowd for Pepe. He's just finding great spots. That's a few times now that a ball's dropped back, but a hot pass cut back, just tough to control, especially in a crowd. There's another look at it. It just skips right in front of him. And yeah, you see what he's trying to do. He's just trying to buckle his knee to cushion it off his thigh so he can hit it first time. It just pops off too heavy.
3 goals in 10 substitute appearances for PSG in the league this season. Last goal for the US was in the 4-0 win against Oman. Of course, Ernie Stewart running things at PSV. We talked about how good their season's going so far. Reina. Strong challenge from Gomez. McKennie. Aronson. Balogun turning. He goes down under the challenge of Aubrey David. He wants the penalty. The referee wags the finger to say no. McKennie. Dest stepping inside. It's Dest! On his left foot, denied once again by Denzel Smith.
All right, let's look at the non-foul. This is just a great turn from Balogun. Look at how much jersey at the beginning. You know, that grab just doesn't continue, so sometimes you get away with that. There's the hit from Dest. Just absolutely hammers this one. And you can see Smith, it even knuckles back at the last minute, just trying to peek past his defenders. That's great to save it. And fortunate there's no U.S. player following that up.
Trinidad and Tobago only losing 3 of their 13 matches this year. Substitute goalkeeper warming up. Christopher Biguet did come in the last window as a late sub for his debut for his country. Raymond down injured. Play continues here. Balogun looking to turn on the edge of the box. And the referee will just hold play here. The US players don't like it. Already a man down because of the red card. Trinidad and Tobago were playing with 9 at that moment because Andre Raymond is hurt.
There's another look back at it. Not really sure what goes on there. And yeah, the U.S. doesn't have to kick the ball out at that point.
Maybe the slightest of contact from Dest.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just exhausted, covering a lot of ground. Dest has been a complete handful in the second half. It's just hitting that scary time in the game. It's just ticking away. The U.S. is doing good, continuing to probe, not panicking yet.
Angasiev has already made 4 changes. I think Andre Raymond will be fine to play on.
That'll do it.
Ross Russell Jr. has a lot of experience playing left back for this team. He was left out of the 11 tonight with Raymond coming into that position, so it could be Ross Russell Jr. coming in. Anthony Robinson. And a free kick given here, I think, against the US. How many touches do you think Matt Turner's had tonight?
I'm going to go with 7.
You can count them on one hand. Just the 5 touches. 3 in the first half, 2 in the second. McKennie. Full credit, though, to Angus Even, this Trinidad and Tobago team, for the way they've set up, the discipline they've shown. Dest swinging the cross in towards the back post. Balogun tried. Brendan Aronson was close. And play kept in. Back it comes towards Gio Reyna. McKennie's ball in towards the back post. It's Anthony Robinson. It's Brendan Aronson. Balogun! It knocked in on the line almost. The flag was up anyway. It wouldn't have counted. They're just looking at each other.
When's it going to come? And this is a really good ball from Weston McKennie. And Balogun just lets it go and tries to get it back. Watch Aronson come in, and it just skips right in front of him. It's a difficult chance to take first time. If that ball's played to him on the ground, I think Aronson could put his foot through it.
"12 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in Austin. Cameron Carter-Vickers feeds the ball out towards Dest. McKennie. Reyna. Anthony Robinson's ball all the way across towards Serginho Dest. He played it behind Pepe. Maybe was looking for Reyna on the edge of the box. Dest once again here. Dest delivery. Aronson's header is wide.
I mean, I'm cramping up here in the booth. I think this is the longest we've ever stood there in a game. I mean, the U.S. just throwing everything. And it's just that quick header from Aronson. Pepe's right behind him. It looks like Pepe's a little bit disappointed it doesn't come to him, but Aronson had to take this chance. Just doesn't get it on frame. And Dest continuing to put some lovely service into the box.
Brendan Aronson will have a new manager when he gets back to Union Berlin. Trinidad and Tobago skipping down the left side. Levi Garcia. And the ball forward. Levi Garcia playing in Greece. A real threat.
You would think too. You didn't see a lot of him, and he's one of their best players. Now the second leg, you got a close game. You bring a player like that. It's fresh and didn't play a lot, especially even numbers.
Dest. Musa. Trying to pick out Pepe there. Levi Garcia losing out towards Brendan Aronson. Dest gets a block, comes towards Balogun here. It's Balogun, takes a deflection off the back of Aubrey David. And the referee's given a free kick. US Soccer on TNT is brought to you by Volkswagen, presenting partner of US Soccer. And we are into the final 10 minutes. The United States with a man advantage since the sending off of Noah Power in the 37th minute. Denzel Smith coming up big with some saves. A penalty awarded, then taken away by VAR. And the US ahead of a return leg to Port of Spain on Monday are looking for a late winner here in leg one. Garcia away. Reyna's headed to Robinson. Robinson into the box. Pepe! Finally! And it's Ricardo Pepe with the goal!
Pepe's been at the middle of everything good in the last half hour. And as that ball gets cleared, just resets himself, finds a nice spot. And just this little hesitation right there from Robinson, a wonderful ball to the front post, but watch this little touch outside of the foot. It's just lovely, and it's coming so fast at him. All he has to do is redirect that. Maybe takes the slightest deflection as well off the defender, but he's already put it and glanced it towards that near post. That's a big goal, and he just continues to score big goals for the U.S. off the bench.
The US have never failed to score in 17 previous home games against Trinidad and Tobago. They won't want to take the foot off the pedal now. Brendan Aronson to the byline. Lovely skill from Aronson, and Pepe was waiting once again. Dest looking to get round the back of Raymond. Now it's Gio Reyna. Trinidad and Tobago's back line finally breached. Now can they do it again? To have a more comfortable cushion heading to Port of Spain. Pepe tried to get on the end of that one. Garcia with a cushioned header in. McKennie will try and get there. Jesse Williams has it. Even at 1-0, I'm sure, heading into this one, Angus Eve and Trinidad and Tobago would have been absolutely thrilled with that scoreline to take back home.
I mean, especially with how long they played down a man. I mean, it's actually a great result for them.
Musa. Lovely ball into the path of Dest. Dest manages to win the corner. Positive play down the right from the PSV man. Pepe came in the 66th. He scored in the 82nd. Reyna goes short to Musa. Dest. Well, he got that right in the face of Jesse Williams. Jesse Williams will need some treatment here. 22-year-old defender. He plays in USL League One with Fuego FC, who have a new manager, Jermaine Jones, taking over. A little over 5 minutes remaining. And Brendan Aronson's had an impact again. Pepe's had an impact again.
They always do. I mean, and you know, it's a tough one, right? Because you could make the argument, all right, these guys gotta start games, but it's not always that conclusion. I mean, these are players that just bring so much energy off the bench.
Gio Reyna. Reyna's cross in. Comes back to Anthony Robinson on his left. It's two. Anthony Robinson with the acrobatic celebration. And a goal that could mean so much in this two-leg tie. So tight for so long. But now the advantage doubles.
And watch, he's thinking shoot the whole time, and it looked like it took a little deflection, but just a touch and hammers it. And he's curling it, and maybe that deflection takes it a little further away from the goalkeeper, and you can see it does. It gives it a little more height and puts it at a really tough height to save. That's a massive, massive goal right there from Robinson.
And all of a sudden they can breathe a little easier. And they want a third. It was 0-0 until the 82nd minute. Dest. Robbins gets there ahead of Garcia. This is Musa. It's still Musa. And now it's Pepe! Corner.
Oh, man. I was thinking to myself, why didn't he go the other way? It's hard to open his hips up that much, but I think he might have had that near post that was sneaking in if it doesn't take that deflection.
Reina with the outswinging corner. Denzel Smith will claim. Ricardo Pepi now, 5 goals in 10 substitute appearances with the United States.
He's got to be thinking to himself, where's my start? You know, at some point.
9 in 20 caps overall. And then Anthony Robinson with his 3rd career goal. First since January 2022. Anthony Robinson across to Balogun, who will feel he should have done better.
Balogun hasn't had great service almost all game. He's got to finish this. That's a great ball. And a player of his ability, he knows he has to finish that. And Balogun, his habit has been scoring in the 2nd game of the international window.
Yes.
That was one. You just say he's got to bury it.
Good touch from Musa. Reina towards Anthony Robinson. Balogun. Gio Reyna! It's 3! It's Gio Reyna inside the final 2 minutes. Three goals in 8 minutes for the US.
Now, I'll tell you, that Gio Reyna playing at the top of the triangle in the 2nd half, I mean, just has taken over this game. Lovely little dummy as he hops over the ball. And the ball back to him, it seemed like it was overhit a little bit, but he does so well to adjust his run. Yeah, lovely finish, good combination between he and Balogun. They're in a straight line. He knows that dummy's on. How Gio Reyna has taken over the game after Greg Berhalter moved him centrally. The tempo, moving the ball, never giving it away, opening the game up, and now doing what you want from a 10, a playmaker, whatever you want to call him, scoring goals. And that is huge to take a 3-goal lead to Trinidad.
A scoreline that looked unlikely just 10 minutes ago.
What a finish.
Gio Reyna's 7th career international goal.
Yeah, he's starting with his club team now. They're going away from international break, scoring goals. The hope, right, is it was the muscle injuries. Hopefully just a run of games, this confidence. And also, we talked about Pulisic at the top of the show, right? Gio Reyna, Melissa set it down on the side. We were talking about it. That was the player that we were waiting to take over and be the leader when Christian Pulisic was gone, and he absolutely did. Look at Greg's reaction in 6 minutes.
And Gio Reyna scores in back-to-back games after getting his first brace for the US against Ghana. They were his first international goals since scoring against Costa Rica in June of 2021. And he's on target again tonight. And importantly, as you mentioned, Gio Reyna and the injury situation, 90 minutes under his belt.
You know, everyone wanted to know how he was going to react from that situation at the World Cup. How were the players going to react? How was Greg going to react? And I think it's emphatic now. I mean, it's undeniable that that's in the past. This player has responded so well, come into camp, trains hard, plays well. The players have talked about how much they like him back, but he's producing on the field. I mean, that, at the end of the day, is the biggest thing.
We're a minute through the 6 being added on. Here's Gio Reyna. Robinson. Aronson. Balogun trying the fancy flick, but no way through there. We're told 3 goals in 7 minutes and 23 seconds. Levi Garcia chasing forward down the left. Up against Cameron Carter-Vickers. Matt Turner comes, big shout of keeper. At last he has something to do, and he gets things going quickly as Reyna rolls it through. Balogun couldn't get it under control. He does now. Balogun into the box. He goes down, and the referee just looks. Greg Berhalter, arms aloft, asking why that wasn't a penalty. Musa. A couple of those tonight from Yunus Musa, and Pepe says, why didn't you play it wide?
Here's the pass from Reyna. I mean, the first pass, wonderful pace. I mean, does it take a little hop? It does, but you know, Balogun's got to take that touch first time, but he does so well to get it in front of him and use his strength. And that looks like a penalty to me. Gio Reyna sprinting over and saying it. The referee not seeing enough.
Trinidad and Tobago, a man down since the 37th minute. This is McKennie. Wants to go all the way through himself.
Yeah, Weston McKennie's another player in the second half that just picked it up a little bit. A little more freedom to go forward. He's been excellent in just finding good pockets, winning second balls, dangerous getting in the box, deep playmaking. Much more effective in the second half than he was in the first, and that's what they needed. They needed players to step up, and he's definitely one of them.
In the previous 17 at home against Trinidad and Tobago, 16 wins and a draw. Took a while tonight. It'll be another win to the tally. Cheers from the Austin crowd for Matt Turner as he gets a touch of the ball again. Rare on this night. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go as Balogun looks for the ball across to Anthony Robinson. Flicked away by Gomez. Reyna. Aronson. Get it away there. Ream. Carter-Vickers. This is Dest. Dest ball in was dangerous, bouncing just in front of the goalkeeper. Few saves tonight from Denzel Smith. By Garcia turning against Weston McKennie. He did really well there. Ream and Robinson, 2 Fulham men are back to defend against the substitute Christian Lee Him.
Levi Garcia is coming in with a bit of an injury. I mean, you could see just how dynamic he is. Man, they could have used him towards the beginning of the game when they were full number.
Reyna for Balogun. Balogun towards Dest. First touch let him down a little bit, and here down the left side, brought away by the defender Raymond, but the whistle will go. And in the end, it is a 3-0 victory for the United States. A scoreline more comfortable than it looked for much of the night. Trinidad and Tobago making it difficult for Greg Berhalter's side, despite the fact the US had the man advantage for a long part of the evening. But in the final 10 minutes of the game, Pepe, Robinson and Reina all found the back of the net. And they can breathe a little more easily heading to Port of Spain on Monday.
Yeah, we all can. I mean, yeah, listen, Bees and everyone, Jules said it at halftime, not a good enough first half performance, but I thought the first half had a lot more to do with Trinidad and Tobago were excellent. Game plan, excellent. Covered ground, compact, pressure, tactical switch to the second half. Players come off the bench and contribute. Some stars like Weston McKinney and Gio Reyna up their game a little bit, and they get the result. And that's a big, big result to go down there with this 3-goal advantage and feel a little more comfortable.
It's the first time in exactly 3 years that the US has scored 3 goals in the 82nd minute or later. It was this day in 2020, a 6-2 win against Panama. Pepe got them started. 3-0, the final score.
The warp rift is expanding. All worlds within the Calaxian Veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry. Jewelry?
And what about the warp rift?
I've got you. There you go.
Dust in the cartridge.
Goonie.
From cars to renters to jewelry, it's easy to Geico.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
For any business, then the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
All I want for Christmas is to beat my friends.
All new Beat Bobby Flay Holiday Throwdown, Tuesday night at 9 on Food Network.
With over 200 flavor notes, every sip of Woodford Reserve bourbon is a spectacle for the senses.
It's Aspen Dental's anniversary savings event with 20% off treatment plans for all patients. Book today.
Airport Dad reserved his Uber ride months in advance. Now they're just in time to be 5 hours early. To all the airport dads, now you can reserve your Uber ride up to 90 days in advance.
The Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic automatically responds to snoring, so no more hiding under your pillow, because this system actually detects snoring, then adjusts to help reduce it. For a limited time, save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. Ricardo Pepi being embraced by his family. A 3-0 victory for the United States over Trinidad and Tobago. Pepi got the scoring started, but how about this goal from Anthony Robinson in the 86th minute? The United States scored 3 goals in less than an 8-minute span. And because we like this one so much, we made Anthony get over here and get on set with us because, hey, if you like the goal, how about the flips after the fact? Congratulations. You just got to watch your goal all over again. You lived it. Take us through that.
I was just on the edge of the box. Ball came to me nicely. Took a good touch, and I was just trying to put it in the far corner. Got a decent little deflection on it, but you got to shoot to score.
What changed for you guys? Because it took a while, right, to find the back of the net, and then all the goals started coming.
It was just one of them days where it feels like nothing's going in, and I feel like we created good chances. I feel like we're going to be disappointed. We should be putting more past them with 10 men, really, but you know, 3-0 is still a decent lead going into the next leg, and we'll just build on that and hopefully a better performance next time.
Just from halftime, what you can tell us from what Greg said, because it seemed like, I mean, you guys are crossing the ball from everywhere. I mean, Musa was crossing the ball. I've never seen him do this, by the way. Was crossing the ball from 40 yards out and trying to put it in the box. Was that some of the message at halftime that Greg Berhalter told you guys to put more balls in the box?
Not necessarily more balls in the box. It was more just make sure that people are crashing the box, getting in. Obviously, we brought Pepe on, and we were getting 3, 4, 5 bodies in the box, trying to be a bit more effective. Yeah, it felt like a game that we were chasing, even though we were obviously just trying to win the game. But at halftime, we all said to each other, we need to raise the intensity. We need to, lift it a little bit and not just pass the ball. We need to be a bit more direct.
Anthony, it could have easily gone the other way, though. 82nd minute before you guys even get a goal. A lot of young players out there. How did you make sure that people didn't get too frustrated out there?
Obviously we were always talking to each other, but we kind of all locked in, and we all had that mindset that we just kind of guns blazing, go, go, go. It was a bit risk reward, but they weren't really threatening behind until towards the end. They weren't getting on the ball much, so it was just kind of win the ball back and go as quick as we can.
You don't have a lot of time to sit on this one, right? Because you guys play at their place on Monday night. What are the biggest keys you take out of the way this one unfolded and that you take to Trinidad and Tobago on Monday?
It's going to be a different game. I mean, CONCACAF away games are always tricky. Obviously, we're going to go to there, but they're going to have to chase a win now, which might make the game a little bit more open. They won't be wasting time like they were tonight. So that might play into our hands a little bit better. We might, be able to break them when they're trying to attack us and hopefully get more goals.
We're gonna show these goals again. We're gonna show Anthony's goal. We're showing all the goals. What do you want? Okay, we'll do it. Let's do an Anthony goal here. Okay, so take us through what's going through your mind right now, Anthony.
I was, 20 yards out. As soon as I seen him cross it and it was falling to me, I just take a touch and shoot. Trying to aim it. There was a nice little window around. Yeah. And then I got a bit excited with the celebration.
I think you added a flip now that you scored another goal. I've seen you do 2. Now you did like 3.
Yeah, a little round off double back flip. Just got excited.
Does anybody ever say, don't do it?
No.
Nobody.
Never, no.
Never.
But I rarely score, so no one really has a chance. So.
I think you need to add another one in the next time around. And then the assist as well to Pepe. And take us through that one. We haven't even seen that one. Shaw, pull that one up, Shaw.
Well, yeah, obviously can't see it yet. But Pepe, as soon as he came on, he kept saying to me, just put a ball behind the back line, I'll get there. Kept looking for him, and then obviously that was kind of the only space I had. He actually ran across goal, and it was a great finish from him.
Anthony, we appreciate it. Enjoy this one. I know you said there's things that you guys would have liked to have done better, probably start the scoring sooner, but you leave Austin, Texas with a 3-0 win. So congratulations, and we'll see you guys again on Monday night.
Cheers. Thank
you. We appreciate it. Here, let me give you this one. Congratulations. Send it over to Melissa Ortiz, who is standing by with the man who got the scoring started, Ricardo Pepe. Melissa, take it away.
Ricardo, 5 goals in 10 sub-appearances for this U.S. men's national team side. How do you keep bringing this spark and these goals off the bench?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I just got to focus on my role coming off the bench. I talked to Greg when I was about to sub on, and he wanted me in the box. I feel the most important thing is my mentality. Whenever I come on the pitch, it's just about going in and doing the best I can for the team and, hopefully scoring. So I feel like, just that mentality of wanting to score goals and helping the team is what's driving me.
I saw you're hugging, embracing your family all over there. Is that your family? How important and special was this moment for you tonight to have them here?
Yeah, that is my family out there, just being a Texas boy, it feels like I'm at home, so there's no way I wasn't going to score here, and, just a special moment, to be honest.
How does this team build off this momentum into the second game against Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah, I feel like we finished off pretty good, so it's a good 3-0 advantage, but we always got to, keep our foot on the gas and, do the best we can away.
Thank you, Ricardo. Congratulations again.
Well, it was Ricardo Pepe who put his foot on the accelerator to get this thing started. The United States flipping over a 3-0 victory. We've got much more to come here from Austin, Texas. CEO JT Batson is going to join us next when we return.
There's more to any business than the game it's in. Want to meet customers where they are.
Digital experience game.
Make buying friction-free.
E-commerce strategy game.
Build competitive advantage.
Rewrite the playbook game.
That's where Deloitte comes in. We can help businesses of every kind advance and connect all that it takes to perform.
Whatever game you're in.
Deloitte, engineering advantage for businesses of every kind.
This holiday season at PetSmart, buy 3 dog or cat toys and get the 4th free. Plus, get $20 off all Purina products when you spend $100 or more. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for 2. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.